I did read an article today about the prevention of Alzheimer's disease if you have high blood pressure. Turns out that monopril or fosinapril is a generic medication, as is lisinopril, which used to be called Zestril or Preventive. Lisinopril and fosinapril cross the blood-brain barrier, which means they literally get into the brain. Well, in so doing, they reduce the amount of Alzheimer's disease development in the future. So if I were older and on one of those medications, I would want to be taking those two, which are now generic and therefore readily available, monopril or lisinopril. And as I've said several times now, they do seem to protect against the future development of Alzheimer's disease from when it's due to high blood pressure. And high blood pressure and diabetes are both correlated with an increased rate of Alzheimer's disease development. Risk index predicts mortality. No, that's not it. Aspirin may prevent adult onset asthma. Well, that's an interesting little detail. Low-dose aspirin for the prevention of atherothrombosis. I'm a believer in the 81 milligram chewable aspirin as the proper dosage. If you're a little concerned that you might be aspirin resistant, there are tests that you can order at the laboratory, and you just call them tests for aspirin resistance. And so then you might need more, or you might need something else in addition. So if you're going to take aspirin, I recommend the 81 milligram chewable aspirin today, unless that chewable aspirin per day, unless that upsets your stomach. Let's see, I think this is about bone healing. Yes, this is a product called Osteo King. It's a little hard to find, and it's very good. If I had a fracture, I would want to take Osteo King. And let's see where you can order. You can order Osteo King from www.osteoking.com, and a 1 month supply is $100. So if I had significant osteoporosis or a fracture, I would be going on to that. Here is, yes, 95% improved fracture healing from the use of Osteo King. Let's see what we have here. Complementary medicines in psychiatry, ginkgo, omega-3, not very specific. Guidelines urge early in-hospital sugar control. I can't tell you how important it is to keep the sugar down all the time. Higher sugar levels predispose to toenail and fungal infections of the fingernails, and they predispose. Higher blood sugars are like running too much heat through the system. And basically, you should think of it as kind of cooking the tissues. You might think that we're supposed to be like the way an egg is, liquid, clear, but when you turn up the heat too much on the egg, it becomes solid and white and fixed and not flexible and not a cushion anymore. That's what higher sugar levels do to the brain tissue, heart muscle, liver, kidney. I said liver, that's not true. It's not, well, a little true for the liver, but more for the kidneys, the heart muscle, the eyes, and the brain. It sort of cooks the tissues of the blood vessels therein, causing problems. This is an interesting little magazine. It's called Connecticut Natural Pages. These are people who have natural services throughout the state, and these things are sent to me. This is January to June, so shortly I should be getting another box of them. If you want, you can drop by and pick them up. They're free, and they have all kinds of alternative holistic dentistry, environmental architecture, and so on. Let's see, serving community, okay, Westchester, New York. Derek Shapiro, environmental architecture. Antioxidants and radiation therapy. You know, there's a big belief, excuse me, that you should not take antioxidants when you're undergoing cancer chemotherapy. There was a study that was just released that showed green tea, melatonin, high-potency multivitamins, vitamin C, and vitamin E did not have an adverse effect on cancer blood markers for cancer of the prostate. Well, I just got the high sign of 1 minute. I hope you enjoyed today's somewhat confusing program, and I'll try to get it a little more theme-oriented in the future. I am H. Robert Silverstein, MD, FACC, which means Fellow of the American College of Cardiology, for the Preventive Medicine Center and Hartford Public Access TV. Good day, and God bless you all, and see you next time.